Oh. In the Bhagavad Gita, in the beginning, after Duryodhana went and talked to Dronacharya and made some sarcastic remarks, immediately Bhishma started blowing his conch, which was followed by all other people. And now there is an enumeration of different names of conches which was blown by different people. In the 17th verse of the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Kashyascha Parameshvasah Shikhandi cha Maharathah Drishtadyumno Viratascha Satyakischa Aparajitah. Kashyah, the king of Kashi, the ruler of Kashi, the lord of Kashi, cha Parameshvasah. We have seen in an earlier shloka that Ishu means arrow, and a person who is an archer is called Ishvasah. Param Ishvasah means an expert archer or an expert bowman. So Kashiyah means the king of Kashi is also an expert archer. Maharathah Shikhandicha. Again we saw that Maharathi is a person who can command 11,000 archers or 11,000 warriors. So Shikhandi is also a Maharathi. Drishtadyumna. Drishtadyumna was the son of Drupada, who had an enmity with Dronacharya, and Dronacharya taught Drishtadyumna, knowing full well that he was born or he was produced out of Vedic sacrifice, to kill Dronacharya. So that Drishtadyumna, who is now the commander of the Pandava army, he is there, and Virata is also there, and also there is Aparajitah. Parajitah means one who is conquered. Aparajitah means one who is unconquered. Satyaki. So the Satyaki is such a person who has not been conquered. He has never lost a war. Then in the 18th shloka, it is told, Drupado Draupade Sarvashah Prithvipate Saubhadrascha Mahabahuhu Shankhan Dadmuhu Prithak Prithak. Prithvipate. This is an address to Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is a king now. So Prithvipate means, literally it means, O Lord of the earth. But here it means king. And Drupada is another king. And Draupadeyaha, the sons of Draupadi, they are there. And Mahabahu, the mighty armed. Bahu, arm. Mahabahu, one who has broad shoulders or mighty armed. Saubhadraha, son of Subhadra, who is Abhimanyu. Sarvashah, all people are there here. Prithak Prithak Shankhan Dadmuhu. So all of them, they blew their conches separately. Each one had their own conches. They blew them. Now when so many people start blowing conches, it will definitely create a huge noise. And that is what is being told in the next shloka. Sa ghosho dharta rashtranam hridayani vyadarayat nabhascha prithvin chaiva tumulo abhyanunadayan. So cha saha tumulah, there was a tremendous ghosha, noise. The conches which were blown created tremendous noise. Nabha prithvim cha, and what happened because of that noise? That sky, and Nabha means sky and Prithvi means earth, they were Abhyanunadayan. Because of the sound, they were reverberating. The sky was reverberating and the earth was reverberating. It was echoing, it was resounding with this great noise. And Dhartarashranam, those people who belong to the party of Dhritarashtra, Hridayani Vedarayat. So their hearts were torn apart. Their hearts were Vyadarayat, means to tear apart. So their hearts were torn apart. Why is that their hearts should be torn apart? Why is it their hearts should be torn apart? So here, you see, this enumeration, this narration is being done by Sanjaya. And Sanjaya is also a very intelligent person. Sanjaya is an employee of the Kauravas. He is a charioteer basically. But he is a very intelligent person also. And he is shown in the Mahabharata to be a righteous person also. So here you see, if you carefully study the verses which start from 14th verse, 14th to this verse, 19th verse, then you will see that they are basically in praise of the Pandavas. They are in praise of the Pandavas. So Pandavas are being praised here. Why? Because Pandavas have a righteous cause on their side. They are just, they are righteous. They have merit in their cause. Means they are fighting for a meritorious cause. And so they are, it is told that dharma is on their side. That means righteousness is on their side. And so this is being told by Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra. And Sanjaya is bringing Dhritarashtra's notice to the fact that, you see, Pandavas, they have Krishna on their side. They might not have the army of Krishna. They don't have the army of Krishna. The army of Krishna is on the side of Kauravas. But Pandavas have the Lord himself on their side. And if you see, though Kauravas have great warriors on their side, Sanjaya is not describing them. He is describing the chariot, horses, conches of the Pandava side more. And in detail, he has given the names of all the 5 Pandavas. He has not told who, means Duryodhana or other people, he has not even mentioned. But he has enumerated all the 5 Pandavas. So it's an indication that it may be that Kauravas army is more than double of Pandavas army, but the Pandavas army, the noise they made was much greater than that made by Kauravas army. What does it mean? He is trying to indicate that Pandavas, though they may be smaller in number, though their power may be much smaller, but their cause is justified. Cause is justified. This is okay. When we talk about justice, meritorious cause, etc., etc., justification, righteousness, etc., Swamiji has one statement. He says, there is nothing called righteous indignation. Means, when we say, yes, I was angry on him, but I did, that anger was correct, it was justified. Swamiji says that anger is always unjustified. There is nothing called justified anger. So how can one reconcile that with the fact or with the constant utterance that Pandavas were on a righteous side? How can you reconcile these two things? Swamiji says there is nothing called righteous indignation. Righteous anger, there is nothing called righteous anger. So how can you reconcile that with the fact that always everyone says that there is a side which is righteous, there is a side which is unrighteous, In the Bhagavad Gita, in the Mahabharata, in the Ramayana, everywhere we find this. So, how can you, what is the contradiction? Is there any contradiction? Huh? No, but Swamiji doesn't say that if the Lord is with you, then it becomes okay. He says anger is wrong.
It's wrong. According to Vedas, anger is wrong. It is anyway, whether it is right or...
Anger is wrong. So then why are these people getting angry? Why is Arjuna getting angry, Bhima getting angry and all that? So are their anger justified? Is their anger justified? Not justified. So even if Arjuna gets angry, it is not justified. They might have justification, but they should not get angry. They may have righteousness on their side, but they should not get angry. So here, this is emphasized by Sanjaya, that these people, though they are weak in power, in number, in strength, but their side is justified. Their side is the just side. Then he says, Atha vyavastitan drishtva dharta rashtran kapidvajah pravritte shastra sampate dhanurudhyamya pandavah hrishikesham tada vakyam idam aha mahipate. So till now Sanjaya has been telling, and in between he told what Duryodhana told to Dronacharya. Now Sanjaya comes to the main characters of Bhagavad Gita. Who are the main characters of Bhagavad Gita? Arjuna and Sri Krishna. So he now comes to what Arjuna is saying. So now he says Mahipate. Mahipate means again this is again addressing to Dhritarashtra. This is being told by Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra. So Mahi means earth, Pate means Lord. So Lord of earth means it's a common appellation for a king. It is a common way of addressing a king. So Mahipate, O Lord of earth. What does he say? He says Kapidvajah. This Atha, then, means all these conch shells were blown. Afterwards, Atha, then, Kapidvajah. This Dwaja means flag. Kapi means monkey. So the flag which has got monkey on it. Pandavaha. Here Pandava means Arjuna. Dharta Rashtran Vyavasthitan Drishtva. Seeing Dharta Rashtran means the Kaurava side, the side belonging to Dhritarashtra. Vyavasthitan Drishtva. Seeing them standing in a formation. Vyavastha. In an array. Drishtva. Seeing that Shastra Sampate Pravritte. They were about to Shastra. Shastra means they were about to Shastra Sampate. They were about to send Sampate. They were about to discharge or send Shastra. Pravritte. About to begin sending Shastra. And Dhanu Udyamya. And they had raised their bows to fire arrows. So all people were in short ready to fight, start the battle. Now what is the difference between Astra and Shastra? Astra is something which you hold and fight. Shastra is something which you throw and fight. So Shastra means like you have the spear, that is called Shastra. This arrow is also Shastra. Anything which you throw and you fight, like this fireball, cannonball, these are all missiles, these are all Shastras. And Astra means which you hold, like household Astra, maybe broomstick. Experience. So that so rolling pin which is used to make chapatis, belan, in Hindi it is called. So somebody told me that, their personal experience. Anyway, so even your hands can become Astra because it is connected to you. First it starts with the hand. Okay, so astra everybody uses. So shastra very few people know how to use. Okay, shastra sampate. Then even before these arrows are fired or shot, what they do, they will actually fire the arrow like this above. So there is a technique of firing arrows in Olympics and sports. You have the target just in front of you and you do like that. But in a war situation or when you have to kill people, if you see tribal communities in India, they fire arrows in such a way that it will become like a hyperbole. It will go above and then come down. Even today there are people. If you go to Nagaland, you will see Nagas have this small arrows, darts, and they are poisoned, and they will shoot it, and it will come and pierce your neck, and you will die. So this Shastra Sampate Pravritte Dhanuhu Uddamya means raising, Udyamya, raising that Dhanu, bow. Everyone was ready to start the war. Tada, and that is when confusion came. And Tada, then Krishi Kesham, Krishika Isha means one who has controlled the sense organs, that is Sri Krishna. To him, Idam Vakyam Aha. To him, Arjuna said these things. Now, why is Arjuna's chariot has a flag which has got a monkey? What is that? What does it mean? Monkey is Hanuman. So what is it? Is Hanuman's picture or what? Hanuman himself is there. Why Hanuman is there on flag?
There was a story when Hanuman is meant for lotus flower. There is a lot of jet at that time. Then Hanuman asked him to a room and said that be with us during fight.
And what is Hanuman doing there on the flag?
He's just shouting, creating a noise. So they get afraid of that noise.
Actually, Hanuman is controlling the speed of the chariot. This chariot also was got as a boon. Chariot itself was got as a boon from Indra. So this chariot is controlled. The speed of the chariot is controlled by Hanuman, who is the son of Vayu or Marut. Means he is the son of Marut. That is why he is called Maruti. So he is the son of Marut or Vayu, wind god. And so he is controlling the speed of the chariot, which can go at the speed of wind. It can travel in the speed of wind. Just like supersonic, which can travel more than the speed of sound. Similarly, this is it is at the wind speed it is traveling. So that is why he is there. So that's why it is called Kapidwaje. Kapidwaja means on the flag of the chariot, this Hanuman is there. Kapi. Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna says. Now till now Arjuna has no problem, but there is a hesitation. And that is why Arjuna is telling these things. Otherwise nobody does this before war. Suddenly at the 11th hour, as we say, Arjuna has suddenly got some hesitation. And then this hesitation we will see convert into fear. So Arjuna Uvacha, Arjuna said, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Ratham Sthapaya Me Achyuta Yavadetan Niriksheham Yodu Kaman Avastitan Kairmaya Saha Yodhavyam Asmin Rana Samudyame. Now this shloka has to be carefully studied, because most or almost all of you sitting in this hall are victims of this shloka. Shankaracharya wrote a commentary on the Bhagavad Gita, but for reasons known only to him and probably to God, he did not comment on the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And so we lost, because Shankaracharya's commentary would have prompted many other people to comment on those lines. So we lost a intelligent commentary on the first chapter. But the first chapter is where almost all of you are stuck. Almost all of you in this hall, without even knowing your personal details of your life, of all of you, I can tell with great confidence that all people, almost everyone on this earth is stuck in the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga. You see, yoga means, there are various ways you can interpret the term yoga, but if you take it to have come from the root yunj, which is how it has come, then yunj root in Sanskrit can mean, among several other things, to connect. So yoga means to connect to your source, to your true nature. And if that is the case, Arjuna Vishada Yoga, what does that mean? How can one connect oneself to one's true nature by being in Vishada, which means despondency, means frustration, or means depression? How can one do that? Vishada, by being in suffering, how can one connect to oneself? So if we study the Sankhya Karika, which is a text of the first philosophy, the earliest philosophy which we know in the Indian tradition, which was started by Kapila Muni, and Sankhya Sutras are not found in their original form. Some collections are found, but if you study this Sankhya Karika, which was written by a person called Ishvara Krishna, it starts with a verse which starts with these words, Dukkha Traya Abhigatat, means attacked or suffering from three kinds of dukkhas, three kinds of suffering. What are they? One is Adhyatmika, suffering caused by this body and mind. Adi Daivika, suffering caused by maybe natural forces or supernatural forces, if they are any like that. And Adi Bhautika, suffering caused by other living beings. So these three kinds of sufferings are there, the types of suffering are there, and because of that, one goes in search of getting rid of suffering, solution to get rid of suffering. One goes in search of peace, and then one comes across religion or spirituality. So this spirituality comes only when you have suffering. Without suffering, or without not when you have suffering, when you realize that there is suffering. When you realize that there is suffering, only then spirituality comes. Else it is, most people are suffering, but they don't want to realize that they are suffering. They will say, we are happy. So most people who are sitting here don't need spirituality or religion. What you need is just some pills of paracetamol or analgesic, painkillers. You need pain relievers. You don't need religion. And because you have not realized that you are suffering. So that is why probably the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga. So unless, most people will be suffering, but unless this is turned into a yoga, how? By the realization that you are suffering. But that is not there. Okay, so foolish people are that they don't even realize that they are suffering. So here, how does suffering come? Suffering comes with hesitation. It starts with hesitation. That means it starts with uncertainty or doubt. So that is what is starting here. Achyuta. He says, Arjuna. He addresses Arjuna as Achyuta. Achyuta means what? Achyuta means to change or to deflect. Achyuta means one who is changeless, one who has no deflections or deviations. Ubhayoho senayoho madhye me ratham sthapaya. You sthapaya, place, it's an order. Place my ratham, me means my chariot, ratham, ubhayoho senayoho madhye, in between both the armies. Aham, I, etan yodhu kaman avasthitan, I, etan, these yodhu kaman, those who are desirous of fighting, avasthitan, and standing here, yavat nirikshe, while I scrutinize them, I will scrutinize them, those who are standing here, both the parties, both Pandavas and Kauravas, I will see them, I will check them. Asmin rana samudhyame, Asmin, in this Rana samudyame. Udyame means about to do. Rana means about to fight. That means just before battle, I am going to check. Kair saha maya yodhavyam. With whom the battle should be fought. Kair saha maya yodhavyam. With whom this battle should be fought. Now one may think, what he means is, oh Achyuta, you take my chariot and place it between these armies so that I will scrutinize, I will check both the sides and know with whom I am going to fight the battle. One might think that Arjuna is a very intelligent person, but this shloka proves that he is not. And please don't laugh, most of you are like that. Okay, most means almost all are like that. So we think ourselves to be intelligent, but in most cases, almost day-to-day activities, we act like stupid people. Now, not confused people, outright stupid people. So you say, how can you say this? Yeah, that only a person who analyzes oneself can tell that. And if you analyze yourself day to day, moment to moment, you will understand that it is quite true. So you see why this is stupidity? Arjuna was brought up since birth with these people. And he knows with whom he is going to fight. He knows his Pandavas, definitely they are all his brothers. And also Kauravas are also his cousins. They are also brothers. So he is not fighting war with anybody who is a stranger. So suddenly what happened? Why is he wanting to see? So whenever somebody is given a job, for example, you take up a job. Before you go for a job, you are given that job profile in the advertisement wherever you are applying. You have studied it, everything. Then you apply for the job, and there also they give you some document in which it is all given. And then they give you some project. There also it is expected that you should do these things, etc. But then when you get the project and when you understand that you are not able to do it, all the while you are stupid enough to feel or to think egotistically that you can do, though you are not qualified. But when you see the project and you understand that now I cannot dilly-dally, then you say, let me think about it. Who does not say this? Everyone says that. So that's stupidity. Why do you think now? You had all the occasions to think. But now you say, because you have the fear that you will fail. Actually, the fear of failure causes one to tell these things. So we don't want to perform, we want to succeed. There are two different things. One is that you want to perform, and another one is you want to succeed. So it is not that you want to do a work, you want to actually excel in that work, even though you don't have any qualification for that. Even a slum dweller wants to become the Prime Minister of India. Though that person does not know, sorry, maybe it is a wrong way to put it. Slum dweller, not just because that person is dwelling in a slum. Even a stupid fellow who might be having a lot of money but has no qualification whatsoever, maybe a great businessman, wants to become the Prime Minister of India. Why? Though you don't have the qualification, still you want to become, and only when you are asked to do something, then you understand that you can't, and then you say, no, I will not do because this work itself is wrong. See, Arjuna, the confusion of Arjuna is like that. Arjuna is confused because he is afraid. He is not confused because he doesn't know what he has to do. He knows very well. Now he is afraid whether he will be able to do that. Then again he says, Yotsya manan anaveksheham ya ete atra samagataha dharta rashtrasya durbuddehe yuddhe priyachi kirshavaha. Atra, in this Kurukshetra, in this battlefield, yuddhe, in battle, durbuddhe, means evil-minded, of the evil-minded, dharta rashtrasya, Duryodhana's people, priyachi kirshavaha, and who want to please, whom do they want to please? They want to please Dhartarashtra. They want to please Duryodhana. So Duryodhana is the king. All these people who have assembled in the war, want to please Duryodhana, ya ete samagataha yotshyamanan. So I want to see them. Whomsoever has come here assembled, I want to see them. Yotshyamanan samagataha. Those who have come with the idea of fighting a war, aham avekshe. I want to observe them. I want to observe them. So here also he is impatient. Huh? So he says, who has the courage to say that I will fight Arjuna? Ego. But he knows who has the courage. He has known them all his life, but still he wants to delay the war. That is why. So now he will start philosophizing. So in Hindi films or in any films, philosophy songs are when love failure takes place. No? So he will now start philosophizing that this is wrong, war is wrong, never one should go for war, etc. Just before war he said that either Karna will die or I will die. Same dialogue Karna also has given. But now, and Duryodhana wants to kill Bhima, Bhima wants to kill Duryodhana. All these enmities are all well known. But even then, now he is starting to philosophize. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat.